And we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for episode 2 of Damocles Rising. So, let's start out with intros like we did before. First off, hello. I'm Bryce, your humble dungeon master here. I'm here with VOFT, as it is. And additionally, I'm here with Bug.
Hello, I am Bug, your co-dungeon master.
Hell yeah. Next up we have playing Luculo, River.
Hi, I'm River. I got my nails did today.
Period.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Next up we have playing Doorda, Max.
Hello. I'm Max. What's hip and happening?
It is hip and happening right now. Let's see. Next up we have playing Eldara, Julie.
Well, yeah, I'm here. I'm ready to play another game.
We have
Hopefully that guy with the car doesn't try me again.
Oh god.
My
The
God.
fucking Midwestern accent
God.
sends me every time.
and
I have a
then
bunch of Midwesternisms written down just to surprise you all.
I
So good.
That's
fucking
delicious. I probably should have done that.
I used to have a New York character who I had like a list of just like random like popular New York sayings and I'd practice just gabagool, gabagool, how you doing?
Gabagool, gabagool.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm mucking you.
Yeah, continuing. Playing Divinity, we have Mel.
Hello, everyone.
Playing Arver, we have Geno, who is muted.
Sorry, 1, RVR. 2, hi, Mel finally let me out of the basement long enough to play.
Woohoo! Glad you're here.
Hell yeah. Welcome. And finally, playing Rayanne, we have TK.
So some creature like burst into my room and put a bunch of rocks on the ground. He was like a weird like gray thing. And the rocks spell out like and subscribe, and I don't know what that means, but I feel like I should communicate it to you just in case it's something important.
Important, definitely important. It was a sign from those above, aliens
Sign from the
specifically.
Goblin.
Assigned Igneous at birth?
I don't know about you, but I think I'm more of a limestone, personally.
Sedimentary.
Sedimentary, my dear
There's 3
Watson.
genders.
I don't know what I would be,
kinds
but
of
a lot of
rock.
people do take me for granted.
Metamorphic.
I don't like you,
Okay.
you know?
Ah, shit.
Can
We
we
gotta
kill?
get started, guys.
Shall we?
It's too damn bad.
Shall we?
Okay.
Rock puns,
It's too
they're
late to
too
drop out of the
much.
campaign.
Alright, yeah.
There's too many autistics in this
We're
room.
done. We're canceling it.
Guys, we have to get a little bit more Boulder with this, alright?
Oh my god, the fucking pressure from these puns is killing me.
It's not just a boulder.
It's a rock!
It's a rock.
Ugh.
So,
Oh, alright.
I'm gonna chalk it all up to autism.
we gotta get back on courts.
I swear
Guys, we're
to
never
God.
gonna go.
I know I'm the one who made like the rock character, but I'm starting to regret it.
I'm sorry, Onigiri in chat made one more. I'm so glad I wasn't slate for this stream or I'd miss all the great rock puns.
Okay?
nice.
I'm gonna need you all to jet out of here.
Everybody, put your best
We're
rock
done.
pun
We're
in the
done.
chat, and we'll
We're
choose
done.
our favorite at the end.
Yeah. Okay, so before I get into what happened last time, I have to draw attention to Julie. You have a biggest bitch question you haven't used yet. I would
I
love to hear it.
do, and I think it's a good one. Are there any of the original Apostle team alive and not in their final spots?
Oh,
Ooh,
that's a very interesting question.
I'll leave that to you.
Because
I think you'd have a better
I
scope
know
on it.
a few of them are still alive, but they're like, are they accessible, basically?
I would say that, unbeknownst to basically anyone, everyone but the Sufferer is still alive of the first family.
Oh.
Unbeknownst
Are you
to
serious?
everyone, they're not terribly accessible. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's not that far after the Signless. We are still in ancestor times, y'all.
No, that makes total sense. The reason I phrased it that way is when they're in their like final places, they're all very much isolated.
Exactly. They're all extremely isolated, not really contactable. And everybody would think that they are varying degrees of allied. I want to say the public at large probably thinks they're all dead. Like, the Empire definitely has done a very good job with its propaganda, spreading the message that the First Family is dead, that rebellion is squashed, you have nothing to worry about, your Empire is here for you. So, but we, in the rebellion, would maybe have some buzzings about whether or not some members would still be alive and with us.
Okay.
Okay.
We're in on the TikToking,
Yes,
the chit chatting.
indeed.
Couple of them there TikToks.
We pick a little,
I'm
talk a
trolling.
little.
I like you. I like that one. That's a good one. Thank you.
I'm a
my
big fan of
personal
Igneous's
favorite so
bliss.
far.
Yeah, it's quite good. I had to stop myself from laughing on that one.
God.
So, with that out of the way, let's do a little recap of last session. So, everyone made their way into the city to take part in the census. Before most of you could go about putting your name and, you know, where you live, what you're doing, all of that, before you could fill out the paperwork, the building had been bombed. As Biggest Bitch had informed you, it was by some third party. Dun dun. And Mother,
Party mercenary group.
yeah,
Correct.
Mother,
I took
Aldara, and Divini all led the remaining three somewhere that would be safer than a hustling and bustling, chaotic city square where subjugulators would be on their way to the scene. So, just seeing a bunch of rock puns in the chat, and it's quite good. But
Just imagining the subjugulator. You just hear in the background. Honk, honk, honk. Just getting closer.
yeah. Oh yeah. Let me also.
Basalt on good comedy.
Jesus.
Oh god. This is gonna be the rock
What
pun
have I done?
A
episode.
lot of sentimental value
What have I
for
done?
rock puns.
Yeah.
The name of this episode has to be some sort of rock pun.
Every
The last one was. Come on.
every episode is just rock puns from here on out.
No, the episode of the
Episode 2.
after-
You're my rock.
episode's one title ended up being a chili reception because we had chili.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think Igneous's Bliss would be a really funny title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys
That
have
is
ideas
true.
for the show for the show's title, please put your answers in the comments below.
Okay.
Shut up.
Welcome, Alien Plymouth Rock.
But you all were ushered to what is colloquially known as the Beanstalk. You guys had some chili, had some rocks in that chili. Met a few of the members of this resistance group, and I believe last we had left off exactly was Mother had just eaten some rocks in their chili. And I believe, more specifically, I believe Marcus was the one who was about to speak up before we left off.
Correct.
You're all gathered at this table in the mess hall, sort of, for this large hive stem. When Marcus saddles up next to Luculo, he goes, "Hey, this might sound a little weird, but there's not a lot of gold bloods in the Resistance, and I was wondering if I could show you some of my tech."
I don't work for free. I can do a diagnostic for free, but repairs will cost money.
No. Okay, so you don't have to repair anything. This all works fine. I just want to show you. I don't get to show off, like, the tech I've made.
I want to say Quincy will lean over conspiratorially towards Luculo and go, "Yeah, his tech is really, really cool. And he made it all himself from scraps and spare parts, and of course I helped too, but Marcus is really brilliant."
I suppose anything could be better than the crap that salesman is selling.
Yeah, come on.
I wouldn't mind taking a peek.
He, like, sits up and leads you to the, where you guys saw his, like, trailer hooked up to, like, these bay doors. He has, like,
I gotta get my dice.
stacks and stuff. Yeah, get your dice out, people. You're gonna need them. Maybe.
Who knows?
I said get your dice like 3 times before the stream started.
I have my dice.
Come on!
Gee whiz,
I
y'all,
know.
you don't have your dice?
I don't. Bryce does, though. That's all
My
that really
dice are
counts.
actually just like some rocks.
Bryce's look like little crystals, so...
What are dice but math rocks?
True.
Exactly.
But yeah, so Marcus leads you over to this, like, tech center, and you see, like, big fat TVs all stacked on top of each other, connected, and, like, have camera systems that are going. And in the trailer, he, like, leads you to, he's like, all right, you have to check this out. So, you know helming, right? At least, I hope you do. Luculo. Fucking A.
Good talk, I
Good
guess.
talk. You there, Luculo?
Alright, I'm back.
There we go. Oh, that's
I
right. They were
forgot my
getting,
dice,
you were
even
getting
though-
your dice. That's right.
Yeah, I forgot
This
to get
is
my dice,
correct.
even though y'all told me to get my dice before we started streaming.
So,
Anyway, sorry, where were we?
Marcus leads you to, like, this tech center, lots of fat TVs with camera feed going on, and, like, he's got, like, in the trailer itself, like, radios, like, old ham radios that, like, pick up frequencies from, like, police scanners and stuff like that, and he leads you over to the trailer where there's, like, from the top of it is hanging down, like, all these, like, sticky pads. He goes, all right, you get the concept of helming, obviously, right?
I casually pull some of my hair back and show a port behind my ear.
He goes, oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so this is like a kind of elementary version of that. And he, like, starts taking these little... and mind you, Marcus has, like, whole, like, sides of his head shaved down, like practically bald. He's only got the tuft of hair on top. And he starts sticking these little pads to his, like, temples, like, back of his head and stuff like that. He goes, I made a system that essentially takes feedback from psionics and powers this trailer when, when it's not connected to the power of the hive stem.
It's really cool. It's his own mobile command center.
Yeah.
How powerful is psionic? You gotta attach this thing to keep it up and running.
Oh, and only low level. Most of these, I can't power the TVs or anything like that, and that's why they stay at home. But the radios, at the very least, I can, like, turn on and, like, keep powered and stuff. So, like, it, yeah, I mean, anything more powerful than that, and I can't really do much. My psionics are really weak.
Do I recognize, like, any of this tech at all? Please no, I am skilled at engineering, apparently.
Yeah, roll a
perchance?
brains.
How does my skilled at engineering trait play into this
Ooh,
again?
actually, that would mean auto success, because it is within your field. Like, so auto success, because the DC is not nearly as high. This seems to be, like, primarily original work, except for the psionic detection that it is using. There was, like, an old toy that measured brainwaves once upon a time, and he jury-rigged that to, like, a battery, and, like, okay, this might, like, show my age a little bit. Do you guys remember those, like, you can be a telepath, like, toys?
The one that the more you focus, the more it like pushed a fan underneath the ball, and then you twisted to make it move. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. So he essentially has, like, jury-rigged that to scan for psionics, and, like, use it to power a small battery, essentially.
I did not think of that. I did not think of that right away. I thought of the 90s commercial of, like, what if your dog was George Washington in a past life?
Reincarnation.
Exactly like that.
Yeah. But yeah, he so most of the wiring and stuff is, like, his own work, but
I want to say, like, the technology itself, while you can recognize bits and pieces of the technology, a serial number here, a notable dial from a type of machine there, everything has been Frankensteined together. It's all, like, his own work. Made out of trash, essentially.
This is pretty impressive, actually, for like, clearly having to jury rig it all together. And I'm actually gonna pull a sealed bag of bio wires out of my fanny pouch. Do you mind if I connect for a second?
Oh yeah, I'd be honored, man.
All right. I open the bag and pull the slimy, wriggly bio wires out and connect them to the ports behind my ears, and then directly into the machine to, like, try and get a closer look at how this machine functions.
Yeah, absolutely. You connect, and there's a moment of, like, since you're connecting more directly with these machines, you get, like, a feed of information that, like, sorts into, like, your mind. Like, you hear, like, the chatter of, like, radio communication. You can, like, have almost a sixth sense of, like, everything that is around this building, and, like you can see farmland off out outside of this hive stem and stuff like that. Like, your direct connection is definitely more advanced than what he has. And he immediately is like, oh, I didn't think about, well, I don't have any of the helming stuff, but like that, please tell me, like, how is it? Is it like, it looks cool?
The connection is surprising, is like genuinely very clean. I think I'm getting a little fuzz here and there, but considering you basically made this in your basement, it's like, it's not gonna compete with the Empire's technology, but it's pretty much as high up as anything I've seen.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take a closer listen to the radio transmission, see if I catch anything interesting.
Okay. You mostly are catching what seems to be, I would say, like, first responder chatter as they are working to deal with the aftermath of the explosion and stuff, because it's been like only a few hours and there's still like a lot to be tended to and stuff, and like
it's been like 2 hours. They're still putting out fires and still like combing through the rubble, though the combing through the rubble is more like, it's less about looking for survivors and more just like making sure that everyone who's injured is fully dead, because it's not worth it to the Empire to continue to have to take care of lowbloods who are injured.
Yeah.
Can I mess around with like the station a bit, so to speak, to try and see if I can pick anything weird up?
Define weird.
Like trying to pick up any communications between the people who may have caused the explosion, for instance.
Okay. I would say give me another brains roll. Well, actually, give me... shit. I'm trying to figure out how exactly I would rule that.
What stat do you think Laculo would be using? Like, where inside of Laculo is this, like, drive coming from?
Probably the drive to make sure... Probably the drive to make sure that there's nothing dangerous innately. No immediate danger. So maybe flight, honestly. I say, even though it's my second worst stat.
I'd say either flight or grit. Flight makes sense. I would allow that. Yeah, if you want to roll flight.
Well, if you will vibe with grit, then I'll go with grit, because grit is my second best stat.
There we go. Then grit.
Absolutely have it. Yeah.
The +1 means that I just add +1 to the roll, right?
Yes.
Okay. A natural 1 + 1.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Nothing odd happens to come up. Though you do hear about like a lot of wreckage that is like been falling from the explosion, or that like it's kind of destroyed or like caused issue within other buildings and vehicles and stuff.
The fire is now raging. Like I said, they haven't put it out yet, even in the last 2 to 3 hours. And it's kind of chaos out there. I want to say, like, the chatter is so much after a certain point that it kind of drowns out your ability to decipher what's happening any further.
Yeah.
Alright. At that point, I'm going to switch it back to the channels it was already on when I plugged in, and I'm gonna pull out.
Okay. You feel the lethargic feeling of loss of sensory input, like this all of a sudden dulled to like the reality in which you were sitting in, and you disconnect.
They're still raging.
What?
Why have they not put the fire at the explosion? They haven't put it out yet.
Oh no. Oh, it sounds like it's really bad out there.
The Empire's no friend to lowbloods, but even they would have the fire. Should usually have the fire out by now.
Whoever did this must be a real jerk.
Yeah.
would even do that? I mean, everybody knew about the census, right?
Yeah, which means it could be anybody who did it, even the Empire themselves.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Thanks for letting me plug into this. It's a lot more impressive than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, of course. I mean, hey, that's awesome that you got to, like, fully emerge with it. I only get, like, the hardware version of it. You know, I can't fully, helm with it. There we go. He didn't stutter, I stuttered. There's a difference.
I told you he was a genius. It's okay, Marcus. One day you'll be fully helmed, and you can do all that cool stuff.
Yeah. Once I, go through my mold, and you can see, he is, like, starting to get the flaky skin, and, like, the carapace is beginning to hard on, like, generally, like, he is coming up on his adult molt.
You can see kind of, there's almost seams that are appearing on the creases of his body. So, like, the crease of his elbows and finger joints are starting to lift into, like, almost how snake scales look, where it's still flush, but it's noticeably separated. He doesn't look too bad, though. Not too far along, but he's definitely right on the cusp.
The helming's got its uses, kid, but I'd say value your time without it while you can.
He, like, does a little salute to you, and he goes, "You got it. I mean, looks like you've got a good handle on it, so, I mean..."
Every good thing comes with its bad downsides, too, so...
Okay.
I dealt with it because it was what I needed to do.
Then I'll consider my options, then. Pros and cons it.
Good idea. Lukula's just kind of gonna like awkwardly head back to the group now.
Okay. Speaking of the group, you guys are finishing up your chili with rocks.
Chili cone rock.
Chili cone rock.
Excuse me, I'm not insane. I don't put rocks in my chili. I put silly string. Thank you.
I have just finished praying.
Oh, I forgot you hadn't eaten yet. Oh no.
And in honor of how I eat, everybody looks at my full plate, looks away, and back, and it's gone.
I think obviously your fellow your fellow rebellionites, they know how you are. They've spent enough time around you since you were young to know that, you eat pretty fast.
If there's one thing she can be is she recognizes she prays for a long time, but she will not make anybody wait at the table longer than they have to.
Hell yeah.
I was really skeptical about the rocks, but honestly they added a fair amount of flavor.
Oh, did I miss out?
They taste good. I don't know why everyone's always dissing the rocks.
Because they're rocks.
You just gotta try it. The rocks are good.
I will say, like, hearing it at first glance, rocks sound not the most tasty, but I enjoy it.
Chili col carne!
Yeah, I was looking at it. It's really fucking funny.
It is pretty fucking good.
I don't know what you people have against rocks. They're perfectly fine to eat. You just gotta be
Right,
careful.
Saying you
dear, I
people,
don't
but everybody seems to be agreeing.
Exactly, my dear. I don't think anyone here is particularly upset about the whole rock thing. It's just not something we've tried before. We thank you graciously for sharing your culture with us, Rayanne.
Yeah, nobody's palate is off limits here.
We just adore
be
sharing
kitty
food
corner.
from our regions.
He kind of like squints his eyes at Mother. He thinks she's just trying to get more rocks.
She's
He's decided to
actively,
be
like,
suspicious of her for no good reason.
She's actively eating the rocks in her chili, the same as everybody else.
Yeah, she just wants
Happily.
more. That's why she's complimenting so much. She's just trying to get more from him.
Okay.
But they're
She's
his
a
rocks.
freeloader.
Yeah.
This is just a ploy by Big Mother in order to get more rocks.
Real.
Hey, yo,
This guy
big
gets
mother.
it.
Hey.
Big mama.
Big mommies.
Don't
Okay.
you dare.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Anyway, I know that it's been quite the day for all of you. And, Mr. Dorman, I know that your vehicle was left behind, but Halfit did eat his dinner rather quickly, and I had him go on back into town to see if he can tow your car to the Beanstalk, okay?
All right then. I hope he's gentle with it. That baby costs a pretty penny there, and you know I don't know what I'd do without it.
Eldara is
Velvet
biting her
gloves, my
tongue
dear.
visibly.
It's just kind of like fiddling with the key in his pocket.
Yeah, Rayanne.
Yeah.
You hear a scurry happening behind you. Someone is running up to you.
Someone trying to take my rocks!
Please tell me you're shouting
What
that.
is? I turn around. What is it?
You turn around.
No, I don't shout that.
And you see Igneous now running with what seems to be a blanket with holes cut in it to make himself a little like cloak, as it were, similar to yours.
Let's go! I love this kid! Give him a big old thumbs up.
Yeah, he
I
immediately.
have a question. What do
Yeah.
like his horns look like? Could we just put a bowl on his head, or are they like big
His
horns?
horns. He doesn't have particularly big horns, but they do look like chunks of rock. They're kind of jagged and uneven.
He licks his lips.
So could we shut the fuck up? could
Eat your
could we
horns.
reasonably put like a tin bowl on this kid's head to act as like a temporary hard hat?
I don't know. Are you?
Or would that not be
asking
possible?
that in
Yeah.
character, my dear?
Like, does that with the way his horns are, does that seem feasible?
It's feasible, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. I need to find a big tin bowl.
Are you saying that out loud?
I need to find a big tin bowl. Does anybody have Mother?
Yes, dear.
Could I have like do you have like a big bowl? Like a head-sized bowl?
It's kind of a weird measurement
That,
for
like-
a bowl there, but
I
let
mean
it-
like this big, and he just like puts one hand on either cheek. Like this big. Like could fit over here.
I see. She's going to call to Libin on the other side of the counter, who's still in the kitchen serving up people their bowls. Almost everyone has their chili now, and some people have already finished. There are enough people in the Beanstalk at the moment that dinner kind of goes in shifts, almost. You have like the first wave, and then a second wave, and then a third wave. Because not everyone can fit in the dining area at once. It's only at like maybe 4 picnic tables worth, and there's a lot of trolls in this hive stem. So she's gonna go, Living dear, do you have any old bowls that you wouldn't mind parting with?
You see his head shoot up, and like as he's talking to someone else, he goes, "Oh yeah, I've got one. Just give me a moment. I'll bring it on over."
Thank you, dear.
Oh yeah, of course. And
Okay, can I wave Igneous over then?
absolutely. Igneous strolls on up excitedly.
With the puffed out chest of a little kid who thinks he's hot shit.
Yeah.
He is hot shit. Dude, I love your cloak. It looks amazing.
Thank you. I wanted it to match yours, and I think I did a really good job.
You did a fantastic job. I'm very jealous. I think actually maybe your cloak is better than mine.
Oh my gosh.
You look very handsome, Igneous.
Thank you, Mom.
And I think I figured out where we might be able to get you a temporary solution for your hard hatless head.
And Libin is like walking up right now. And he goes, "I've got a bowl here. Who needs the bowl?"
This young troll right here needs a temporary solution. So if you could please give him that very dignified hard hat, I would very much appreciate it.
He quirks an eyebrow and like walks over and goes, "Oh yeah, of course. We got a hard-working individual here, bud." And he like flips it upside down and plops it on top of his head. He goes, "Look at that. Ready for work, bud."
It's perfect.
And Igneous specifically like tips the bowl over so you can see his eyes, and they are beaming as he is now got a full ensemble all set up.
I feel like I'm setting up myself a bear trap, like campaign wise. I feel like I just personally built an Isha for you to like torture me with.
That's not the intention.
Hey, remember?
I'm only realizing this
Rayanne,
right
little
now.
brother, please.
Remember that one sniper shot that Bryce said he had during this campaign?
It's going to Igneous.
Bryce, they're catching.
Anyway.
Bryce, they're catching gun. They're catching gun. Go, go, go.
That's why he
That,
needs a hard hat.
That was
Okay.
out of game bit for those listening, where I said that I get one free sniper shot to take out anyone I choose. Has to be an NPC. I can't just like obviously kill a PC, but NPCs fair game. Fucking
And I do have a lot of NPCs.
yeah, fucking Igneous.
Okay, but Igneous is perfect, and he has head protection now, so
That's true. It'll just
that's
bounce
not
right
gonna do
off.
shit.
Yeah.
That's how it
They'll
works.
just bounce right off.
The sniper shot. The
Hard hat
sniper round
safety
can't
is
get him.
no joke. No joke.
But yeah, you're kind of absolutely giving me the gun, as it were,
I
which
made
is quite fun.
Igneous for. Don't listen to him. I made Igneous for you because I wanted Rayanne to have a little protege because I thought it would be cute. I was not thinking about the
It is
nefarious intentions. That's Bryce.
Good DM and bad DM. It's
Yeah.
That's literally what we are, just in real life.
Any sibling character, dude, on the chopping
Dead.
block.
Oh my god! Don't even make me think of Liz right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking of Liz until you said something.
I was absolutely fucking.
For the listeners at home, that was my cyberpunk character's sister, who Bryce put a bomb in her head.
True.
Oh!
Which a corporation had leverage over. so that
Yeah, we like to
Mel's
play it
character would
light
have
and
to work
loose
for them.
here.
Yeah, a little light and loose here, you know. No bombs and skulls, but sniper shot maybe. Hey.
We do level buildings in every campaign,
Yeah,
as
it's
is
fine.
tradition. So
That happened first one.
exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway,
got it
where's
out
the
of the
troll
way.
rat poison?
Troll lead poison? Trolls can naturally process lead, didn't you know that? Make that cannon.
So,
Make that cannon.
Write
really
that down.
cheap
Write that
green
down.
there.
I don't think
Write that
so.
down.
I don't think
I'm
So-
pretty sure
do
molten
we
lead is
have
just
the-
troll corn syrup.
So, are we showing them to their quarters, or are we?
Well,
Do we have any other nightly plans?
now that depends, dear. We did graciously invite them to stay. And there's a great many things to do while you're here. Feel free to mingle. No door is left locked, except for my office, of course. Finances and all that. I'm sure you understand. But
She's gotta keep her
feel
rocks
free
safe.
to explore. If you have any questions, please let me know. But Eldara, dear,
Yes,
if
Ma?
you and Easter wouldn't mind going and fixing up the guest raccoons in the
Of course, everybody needs a place to set a spell.
Wonderful. And I do mean the nice ones, not the sleeping bag variety.
Oh, and you see Marcus, like, kind of raise his hand. Mom.
Yes, dear.
Okay. But, like, what if... Alright, you know, like, we've been looking for it. And he, like, begins whispering, for those who wish to, actually... Yeah, why not? Roll me a charm roll for those who wish to lean in and listen to the conversation.
You have given me
I'll be
so
listening.
much power.
That's
Oh.
a 6.
That,
Can I? Do I need to roll for this?
If you'd like.
If you want to hear.
with
Oh yeah, I'm nosy.
That's a 10.
Nice.
That's a 2.
And sorry, what was the stat again?
Charm.
Charm. Oh, okay.
with my D20, that's a 19.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ!
Okay, charm is my D4.
Yeah, so I'm only picking up on part of the
No!
conversation. Are you hearing this better?
Guys.
What?
Okay,
Explode?
I got. Oh, it exploded 3 times.
Oh my
my
god!
Oh my god!
My
3?
D4 yeah, I have a picture. So yeah, it is 13.
Holy
My
shit.
D4.
Jesus Christ!
Anyone?
God.
Anyone who got
Eldar's OP.
anyone who
Everybody
got
listening in.
like 6 or below,
Or
go
if
ahead
you
and
would
take an
op.
adversity token.
Yeah, do I get one?
Only
You
people
roll
who got 6 or below.
6 or below
You-
gets an
you
adversity
passed,
token.
baby.
Yeah, you passed.
I
Pass
passed.
fail. Beautiful.
I did fail. So I'm gonna take. I got a 3.
I failed.
There we
Yeah,
go.
I got it.
Can
Yes,
y'all
I got it
put
correctly.
in the
Bryce.
chat who whether you passed or you failed?
Okay. Bryce, you want to
Yes.
explain
Adversity tokens?
exploding dice
Oh, exploding dice?
and adversity tokens?
Okay.
Maybe both?
Yeah. No.
To anyone who might not know in the audience.
So-
No, fuck you!
No?
fuck
Oh, okay.
you.
Fuck you
No,
guys.
You don't get to know how this game works.
So, for those who are listening, there are 2 mechanics here that are being used. So there's exploding dice. So for every stat that you have, there are 6 stats, and each stat is tied to a specific die. So you get anywhere from a D4 to a D20, depending on how good you are in that stat. Now, if you roll the max number on that die, it explodes, and you roll again, and you add that to the roll. So for Julie, Julie ended up rolling a bunch of 4s on their D4, thus getting somewhere in the ball. What was it? It was 13?
13.
Yeah.
13. 13.
Yeah, 13. And the other mechanic is adversity tokens. If you fail a roll, you get an adversity token. Adversity tokens are essentially a resource for failing, where you may use them to +1 a roll, and that +1 can cause a die to explode. Additionally, there are skills in such, or like passive abilities that essentially cause that use adversity tokens in order to cause things to happen. So I believe one of them is prepared, where you use an adversity token and you can make your character have one common item at the DM's discretion. Or like intuitive, where you use an adversity token, you essentially get to ask a biggest bitch question, and I have to answer honestly. Yeah, within reason, obviously, but yeah, both mechanics are very fun. So Julie exploded a bunch, and Rayanne and Doorda both got adversity tokens due to their failure. But that
Did
means...
I fail with my 2?
Yes, so you get an adversity token as well.
Woohoo. By the way, did I get an adversity token for the one I rolled trying to...
Oh, that's right.
In on
Yeah,
video channel?
absolutely you do.
Please be keeping track of those.
Yeah, sorry, I'm fucking... I'm forgetful sometimes. But that means that... So, 3 of you don't hear this, but the other 3 do. Marcus essentially begins whispering to Mom, "We've been looking for a task force for a bit. We could use the people. Like, these are... I mean, they seem like they know what they're doing."
Oh, Marcus, I don't know. We don't know these fellas very well. I mean, they do seem rather trustworthy, and I mean, they're getting on just fine with, the rest of us. But I suppose it doesn't hurt to ask.
We could always ask.
We don't mind my schnoz getting involved here.
Yes, dear.
I couldn't help but overhear you, Ma. But are we sure we can trust everybody yet? I do want to be welcoming, but shouldn't we ask a couple questions first?
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. What questions do you have in mind, Eldara?
It would have been good to think that far ahead.
No worries at all, my dear.
But, I do wonder how many of them are even interested in anyone but themselves? Oh, the kid's cute, though.
Fair enough. The thing is, Eldara, well, you know how hard we've been struggling this past little while. I've been dreaming up a project, Marcus and I. And, while we'd love to give those roles to, those of us in our own hive, as you well know, we're already strapped with work as it is. And for as many people as we have, as many mouths as we have to feed, everyone plays their part, Eldara. And frankly, we're fresh out of bodies. We're fresh out of brave hearts to go forth and do the things we've got to do.
I was also listening in. Apologies, Mother. I will say that depending on how willing people are, I think between me, Eldara, and Arvi, we could I don't know. We're experienced enough. We can try our best to get everyone else to our level of expertise.
Mother.
I was also listening in. Sorry. Anyway, bye.
Well, we may as well speak freely.
Well, let's not get too hasty. Are we sure about that smarmy guy? He seems to already have a couple enemies.
I mean, so does Arvi, but
I suppose.
No, you don't
alternative,
say.
dear. Who
Great
doesn't have
beefing.
enemies?
very much so.
But
Yep.
you
I suppose you're
do.
all right.
I want to say that Mother is looking at Divinity after her like whole thing about we can keep an eye on them. She's just beaming with pride. She's just heart melted, and she puts a hand on Divinity's shoulder, and she's just like, I knew you'd step up
And
into
I'm-
your role one day, dear. I think that's a lovely idea.
Thank you, Mother.
I'm not jealous. Yes, Tiffany. Yes, you thought. Wonderful suggestion.
Thank you, Dara.
And
I thought this was a
Eldara.
pretty good one.
Would you like to take the lead too?
I mean, if you would allow me that, I very much am willing.
Oh yes, of course. You're so knowledgeable and wise.
Oh.
I mean, I would not want to take the possibility away from you because you have been here much longer than me. However, if
No. It is. There's no competition here.
And then next, we're gonna start dressing her up in like a nice tie, maybe some glasses, some suspenders, maybe.
Alrighty. Wonderful. How are we beginning, Mother?
Well, as Marcus put it, it doesn't hurt to ask. So, everyone who overheard, we have all just been kind of huddled on one side of the dining area this whole time, looking mega fucking suspicious. Those of you who did not succeed on the roll are basically just watching the backs of us all kind of like huddled conspiratorially. And you're like,
Bold of you
what the
to
fuck
assume
is
I'm not
going
looking
on
at
over
rocks.
That's true. You're probably looking at rocks with Igneous.
Wait,
but
I'm. What would be my role for like not being suspicious?
What do you
Suspicious, don't be
But you
suspicious.
passed.
Would that be
Don't
charm?
Suspicious, don't be.
I feel like charm.
You
fits
passed,
that.
my
I don't know.
dear.
All right. Did I? I thought I passed to here.
No, you passed. You were part of the conversation.
Okay.
You were in that bitch. Anyway.
Just passed their conspiracy challenge.
Okay, everybody.
It's really good that I didn't need to roll again because I got a 5.
Okay.
You
I
solved
was
a conspiracy
Looking
puzzle.
over my shoulder, really obviously.
But yeah. The other two, I believe it was Kulo and Doorda
Yeah.
who didn't
Yeah.
pass.
And also Rayan.
And also
So
Rayan.
Rayanne's busy looking at rocks.
Rayan's looking at rocks. How are Luculo and Doorda feeling about this like little huddle that's emphatically happening a few meters away?
See, Doorda is just recreating the epic chili YouTube video where he's pouring alcohol into chili.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
That's
beer?
me talking.
Yeah, beer into chili.
Hey
Okay.
kid, these are my rocks.
Luculo's just kind of
Fucking Bud
staring.
Light.
Luculo's
He's helping alcohol on the rocks.
Oh, and
No
it's
way.
chilled too.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Continue.
Luculo.
Lakulo's just like kind of staring at them with an eyebrow raised and their arms crossed. Like, y'all could not possibly be less obvious about this. Or more obvious about this.
More obvious. Mother's gonna notice those little eyes and kind of like signal for everyone to disperse a little bit. And she's going to smooth down her dress and is going to walk over to the table with our 3 little outsiders, and is going to sit down probably across from Rayanne, next to Doorda, and kind of like diagonal from Loculo, and is just going to be like, how are we enjoying the chili? Livin' makes quite a mean meal, eh?
Fuck, I'm trying to think. Yeah, Doorda's just gonna kind of like, just kind of turn and look at you, very blank-faced.
Okay then. Now. Oh god, what is everyone's pronouns again? These are all dudes, right? Or they, thems?
Loculo's a they, them.
Okay.
I think the other...
Folks. We'll go with folks then.
There we go.
I was going to say gentlemen, but...
As I like to call them, Loculo is my girl fail male wife.
The party has 2 he-hims, 2 she-hers, a they-them, and a they-he.
Delightful.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Much more balanced, yeah. Folks? Yeah. Okay, folks. Here's the deal. And she's gonna motion for Marcus to join her at the table. She's folding her hands on the tabletop gracefully and is looking meaningfully at each of you in turn, mostly looking meaningfully at the back of Rayanne's head, because he is in fact still looking at rocks with Igneous, probably turned all the way around if I am not mistaken.
He's a very focused guy.
I noticed. She clears her throat, hoping that
he turns around.
Rayanne will...
He very slowly, and like you interrupted my conversation, turned around, but he turns around.
Sorry to interrupt, dear. But, my associate Marcus has brought to my attention a bit of a proposition for you. Marcus, if you would.
Okay. Stop fucking sending the slowly rotating fucking... Okay. So, he goes, okay. So, to lay the scene, we send out protesters pretty often, and like sometimes we organize with other like revolutionary factions and stuff to like protest safely. You know, that's our main thing.
Safety is our main concern.
Exactly. So we had a bit of I had a bit of an idea that if we pulled it off, we'd be even safer. It was essentially we sneak into a subjugulator, like, I guess, precinct, and take their information on routes that people do, and that way we can direct people to be working around where they're going to be so that they're not going to face empiric, what's the word?
Wrath.
Wrath. There we go. Empiric wrath.
what Marcus is trying to say is that we've lost a lot of good people over the sweeps. And we're not really in the business of losing anymore. We've been laying plans to, gather this information for a while now. But we're kind of stretched thin on manpower. We have different teams doing different jobs all the time, and, well, you wouldn't be alone, of course. Divini has graciously volunteered herself to lead the expedition, and Eldara will be there, of course. She is one of our best and brightest. You would be in great hands. And Ardier, of course, is our, for lack of a better term, our face man. It looks good to be having a high blood escort, don't you know? But, this would not be going without payment, of course. Our little compound doesn't have much, but we can offer you all sorts of amenities, like a place to sleep and 3 squares a day, God willing, as long as you're not in the field, but we do pack a bagged lunch. And we would be willing to pay a meager salary per job that you do with us, which can be negotiated, but please understand that I have an entire hive stem full of trolls, and we all have mouths to feed. But that is to say, compensation will be fairly generous for what our coffers can allow. But, we really do think that the added troll power would help our operation quite a bit.
Well, on one hand, I could get brutally murdered and ripped to shreds. On the other hand, I also owe over several weeks' worth of money on that hotel room I was at. So, I'm willing to do a little bit.
Really, Mr.
Pros and
Doorda?
cons, you know?
Why am I not surprised the dollar amount got your mind?
It's less dollar amount, more
I
like...
I don't think she said that loud enough for anybody to hear.
Maybe she said it to Easter, who's still hanging out right next to her.
Yeah, just whispered it to Easter.
And she just giggles a little bit and, nudges your shoulder.
And hey, on the
Say
bright
it
side,
with a smile. She's not brooding anymore. She's actually beaming after she was complimented by Mother. It's all better now.
I'm so glad.
What exactly do you want us to do?
Oh, well, okay. It sounds worse than what it is. But
it sounds pretty bad.
Sounds like a suicide mission.
It sounds like not. Actually, this mission is one that we have been planning for quite some time. A few sweeps of reconnaissance have gone into this now. I don't think we would be sending you into the jaws of the lion or anything like that, but
yeah, like okay, so to let you know, the time frame you'd be going would be after hours, so at the very least you just have like a single night guard to look out for.
And that's what Arvy's for.
Yeah, and Arvy's there to distract the guy and talk shop with him while like whatever group like goes in, takes the documents and leaves.
It is only a suicide mission without the preparation, and we've been doing preparation.
Quite a lot of it. And as I was... I'm sure you noticed us discussing things over there a moment ago, but we really do need a few more brave hearts to help further the progress of our revolution. Like Marcus said, these plans, these documents that you would be procuring for us discuss vital job information and trade routes and forces in movement, really, for the Empire. And, well, for the Empire's watchdogs, but we both know that's the same thing.
I have a follow-up question.
Well,
I might have an answer.
I know that
for
it
you.
sounds like we're just trying to help us, but it would be for the betterment of all of Trollkind too? Is that not enough?
And we won't be hoarding this information. No. I mean, this information that we would be procuring, that you would be procuring, would be passed along through all of my contacts and, spread to the winds of the revolution so that less of our good trolls are out there on the trail dying every day, because then we would know their movements.
So, my second question, what do you do if we don't succeed?
We try again.
And you said we all have mouths to feed. What happens to our mouths to feed if we fail?
Well, dear,
Well,
that
it's
is
not
the
like we're
crux
gonna
of the
starve
matter.
you if you don't come home with papers.
Very true. Like I said, if
No,
you
if we
want to let us
die,
know where your Lucis is,
Who takes
maybe,
care of my Lucis if we die?
we would, dear. She's going to, on that note, is going to turn her head a little bit and look at one of the other tables adjacent to them. And Mother is going to shout out for one of the big ladies who's sitting over there and is going to go, Plady, dear, would you tell them about our Lucis operation? This big, like, wide-shouldered, kind of stocky, bronze blood gets up from the table. She's wearing thick work gloves still and work boots. Everything from, like, the chest down is, like, dirt and dust. She did not wash up for dinner, which isn't great. But she's wearing a cowboy hat, and her horns kind of stick out of the sides of it.
Kariga, is this you?
And she comes up to the table. She's like, "What'd you want, Mother?" Dear, so we're talking about the operation. And, this little fella, Rayanne, wants to know what would happen to their Lucis if something should happen to them on the mission. And Plady's gonna take her hat off kind of like solemnly and is gonna be like, well, it doesn't happen often, but from time to time we do have jobs or protests that don't go very well, and generally before these things I get a list of everyone's addresses and whether their Lucis is alive or not, and I mean, suffer willing they're still alive, of course, and I'll go with some of my gals and we'll, coax the Lucis into a trailer and bring him on back here. Actually, we have a big old patio and rolling fields and a couple of pens for different types of Luci. I mean, we can do a custom number if your Lucis isn't very friendly with others, but we have all kinds of contingencies, ma'am. there you go. Thank you, Miss Plady.
There's this nice farm upstate.
Barbie. Oh,
There's lots of room to grow and to run.
Yes, he doesn't really do much of that.
And
Okay.
that's just the ones who are more outdoorsy or inclined to lounge outside. If you've got a real house custodian, we do have a couple of hives that are less occupied, and we do have some. I mean, I know the thought is a little upsetting, of course, but we do have some orphans who may be in need of Lucis's guidance. So, if worse comes to worse, your Lucis could always stay inside the Beanstalk, and decide how they'd like to live out the rest
How did
of
you
their
guys
days.
get all of this room?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've done a lot of patching up around here, don't you know? When I happened upon this place, say 10 sweeps ago, maybe 15, it was just me and Halfit and Kitty, who were my first two children, and we happened upon this place together, and it was, well, quite derelict at the time, and nobody was living here anymore because of those raids that came by after the trial. So we took a few sweeps and patched her up, and invited in the odd handyman or two, and that's how we grew our little family.
As they mention the raids, something in the back of your mind clicks, and you hear the sound you feel the presence of the dead.
Lovely.
This is a great round. Okay.
Yeah, just a small detail.
Are you saying this to everyone? Is everyone feeling this?
No,
or is it just,
you specifically are
Okay.
feeling this.
Yeah, I think you do need to be a little bit more specific.
The one who can feel the dead.
The one who specifically has the ability to feel the dead.
Yes, I'm just saying because
You were a part of the conversation, so it was directed towards
dead
you.
speaking.
I will
Yeah.
direct
Yeah,
to
yeah,
them
yeah,
because they have to try to use their abilities.
Okay.
Rand's concentration. Yours
Rand
is
does
an
not. Rand does not look very happy, but he does not look like he's gonna say no. He's gonna kind of like
You can think
maybe
of
like adjust his hard hat a little bit, and he's gonna say like, "I'm gonna have to think about it."
Take all the time you need. Like I said, Eldara and Easter will be making up your raccoons tonight. And in the morning, with breakfast, just let me know how you're feeling. And if you need more time after that, by all means, take some time. If you want to go with Plady at some point and see the Lucis pens and her beef grubs outside, you absolutely can. No pressure. But also just
if you want, I could
teeniest,
try to make
tiniest
sure.
bit of pressure, because we do really, 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 really need your help.
If it helps, I could set your raccoon up near Ignatius. Or Igneous.
I was about to say.
Rand doesn't look upset about that.
Rayan just does the side-eye emoji.
He's like,
Rian and Igneous the next morning just look so dead tired because neither of them slept at all. They were just talking about rocks all night.
Well,
No,
maybe
they're
on
just,
second
like,
thought.
covered in dirt because they were hunting for rocks in the middle of the night. Well, middle of the day? I don't know. That's dangerous.
That
Never
is
mind.
dangerous. Luculo.
Yeah, that's Rayan's answer. I don't know about everybody else.
Well, we have a yeah, sure from Doorda. We have a I'll think about it from Rayanne, and I think Lakulo still has not given their answer.
It's not like I have much better to do.
I'll take that as a you betcha.
Close enough.
Well,
You assholes already know I'm in.
thank you, RV. Well, I have a few things to catch up with in my study, but, you three, please feel free to make yourself at home. RV, you already know where the spare raccoon is in Divini's room.
I was already planning on just walking home. I have some shit to do anyway.
Are you sure about that? I mean, the way that... I mean, the fires are still going in town, aren't they?
More of a reason
And
to
it's
go
already...
out.
No, my dear. It's already late and the fires are raging. I insist you must stay. I don't want you to get burned with the sun.
Are you sure, RV? We could have another sleepover. It would be fun.
Yeah, fine.
Anything you have to do, you can do it tomorrow. I'll help, okay?
Yeah, fine.
Around this time, you hear the sound of a door slam outside, and it seems that Halfet has arrived from picking up Doorda's car.
I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
You
Where is it?
rush towards the car, bursting out the door.
Don't trip, Mr. Doorda.
There is a horrifying sight.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
No.
So, I need you to roll me grit.
That's a plus. I got a +1 to that. Hold on. Let's see.
The DC is 5. You got a 2.
I rolled a 1, but I have a +1.
Nice. Well,
Get fucked.
another adversity token for you, buddy. You break down as you see that there is a very...
Wait, can I use the adversity token?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, I'm fucking re-rolling that. Hold on.
What?
Hold on, no.
No, adversity tokens give you a +1.
Oh, it's a +1? Oh, never mind.
Or you can spin it on any of the abilities that you chose.
Yeah, what are your abilities?
Intuitive, prepared, and barter. I have a skill that, and I said barter.
You're gonna beg God.
I'm gonna cry. What happened to my fucking
And
car?
if only could I make a deal with God and get him to
God.
swap our places.
He would rather be blown up than his car.
Intuitive and prepared. Intuitive and prepared. Okay. Yeah, it only gives you a +1. So
Yeah, never mind then.
Big F to that. So you break down as you see there is a large chunk of debris that has fallen on where the engine is, and there's a large impact crater. Additionally, you notice that the tires are all flat.
What the fuck?
I look away without saying anything.
Doorda's gonna like go
see
up. He's
this
gonna
'cause
go
you're
up. He's
still
gonna
inside.
inspect the tires. Some hooligan. Yeah, I should have gone with the fucking. I should have gone with the truck. I should have gone with the truck. I didn't even pay it off.
The most horrifying bit.
Not going into debt for the hunk of junk.
Oh man. You see Halfit just like, I'm sorry, man. It really sucks.
And to make things worse, goes to the trunk, opens it up. It is just filled to the brim with contest bobbleheads. I'm gonna sell these.
Oh my god, the bobblehead survived.
All of them. It's only
Well, there's the silver lining in there.
Are you outside, Eldara?
No, but I...
Just could sense the psychic damage that Doorda's taken.
Right.
We all just hear a blood-curdling scream from the lawn.
Yeah, that's basically all. It's just a horrible scream.
And I just like perk my head up. I know what happened.
What you got here, Eldara?
Something just happened.
Something has changed in the tower.
There's no. She just perks her head up. She
Something has changed.
He'll learn to let go of his worldly possessions.
She's not there. She doesn't say that. But if she did,
But yeah, he drops it off. Eventually, from the blood-curdling scream, Marcus makes his way outside and just goes, "Oh man, oh man." If
Is
you
everything
want,
okay out there?
His car's totaled.
Oh boy. Well, inside, those who are still at the
Doorda.
table would see Mother just get up and go to her office.
Doorda, he pulls out his flask. He pours out a drink for it. Yeah, and he goes back inside, solemn. All the joy and whimsy in his face.
Yeah.
Gone.
I was gonna say, was there any to begin with?
Okay, the closest thing to that in his face, gone.
Scheming.
somehow he's a hollower man than he was before.
The remainder of the joy and whimsy he got in the divorce is now gone.
Yeah, the 50% of joy and whimsy he got, gone.
Fucking Rand, you hear the dying voice of the machine spirit of the car. Now fucking
No, not the car.
Marcus,
Hey,
like,
buddy.
Who's alive like an Inspector Gadget?
yeah.
Hey, don't, if it makes you feel any better, like, 3 of us were planning on totaling it anyway.
I was not one of them. Don't look at
I
me.
would like to go on the record that I was also not one of them.
Was it you 3 times?
Us.
Okay, anyway, how about we all go get some rest?
Marcus, like, intrudes and he's like, "Hey, if you want, I can try and work on it in my free time. Get it up and running."
Good. I'd be
Quincy,
forever in your debt.
ever at Marcus's side, is just gonna be like, "Yeah, he's really good at fixing stuff, so you should let him." Just a yes man, a hype man.
Just
at
a
all
hype man
times.
all the time. Hell yeah. He goes, "Yeah, I can work on it. I don't think I've worked on, like, combustion bugs, but I can try."
Yeah, I'd be forever in your debt.
Yeah, of course. I can do it. Yeah, it might take a bit, just fair warning, but you already agreed to do our missions, so hey.
Yeah. It's not like I can go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's okay. Mother says that we'll have a place for you, so it'll be okay.
And
You take down payments and bobbleheads?
Pats his shoulder.
What was that?
You take down payments take bobbleheads for down payments?
No. Quincy brings out his little legal pad that he uses for crunching the numbers. He actually keeps track of the budget for the whole hive stem, and he leafs through it real quick. Yeah, no.
It's fine. We'll consider the work you're doing with us as payment, right?
That
Sort
works.
of becomes an indentured servant. Turns out the piece of rubble didn't actually hit the car, but when they went to go get it, they hit it with it.
No.
Yeah, Hellfit just fucking lobs a piece of debris.
Hellfit's that strong. I don't think Hellfit's that strong.
It's fine. But yeah, so if we want, we can close out the night and.
I want to have Easter. Kind of join up back with Eldara and be like, it's kind of getting late out. We should probably start fixing up those raccoons.
Why, there's enough time like the present, is there? I tell ya, Easter, I'm not sure about all of them.
What do you mean?
Hey, I don't know. I want to bring more people in, but... Well, I like the one with the rocks. It's good that, Igneous has somebody he can talk to now. That's not me.
I mean,
But,
seems like a pretty good fate to me. I mean, I don't think rocks are all that great, but I mean, I think that's pretty cool that maybe Igneous is making friends.
I mean, you say that, but, it's nice to talk about your plants, is it not? He deserves that, too.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just... I want more people here, but I don't want to have the place be taken advantage of.
Overrun
not that
by
everybody
strangers.
would. No, it's not that. Every stranger is a friend you haven't met yet. But
oh yeah, teacher's always saying that.
Yeah, she's pretty smart. But I don't know if forcing anybody to join in is the right call.
Well, I don't think we were forcing anyone. I think Mother was just maybe gently,
bribing?
Coercing? Yeah, I guess it doesn't sound very good when you put it like that.
We'll have to see how they go. I don't know.
I think it'll be okay. I mean, you'll be there to look after them, and you're really, I think you're really cool.
You're really cool, Easter. Glad at least I don't have to be some specific around you. I think we're probably starting to walk towards the rooms now.
We're scaling the big metal,
arm in arm,
almost
baby.
fire escape stairs up to a hive that's in the it's on the third floor on the west side of the hive stem, and the third floor is kind of a lot of storage, right? And there's netting on the inside of the like circular space of the inside of the hive stem that lots of people use to traverse. We're not currently doing that right now because it's faster to get there on the stairs, but it's kind of a makeshift like third space in the middle there. Easter goes to the door of that particular hive and opens it up with a ring of keys. And inside, there's a couple of Recupercoons, and the taps on the wall for the soaper aren't, like, the best. You kind of gotta dilute it a little bit, which isn't wonderful, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
It comes out,
you
like,
know what I mean?
goopy?
Huh?
It comes out kind of goopy.
Well, it's supposed to be goopy. It comes out kind of thin, actually. A little watered down.
Kinda.
Yeah.
We gotta boil it.
Yeah, essentially. And they're kind of like Easter
I'll get the cornstarch.
Huh?
I'll get the
Get the cornstarch. It's not thick enough.
Thank you. I'm gonna start scrubbing out the Recupercoons. They're a little bit dusty.
And she, grabs a scrub brush and gets to scrubbing. She's like in the Recupercoons, like washing them out.
All you see is a pair of feet.
And there's like a water sprayer on the wall, kind of like a shower thing. You're supposed to use it to wash yourself off after you get out of the Recupercoon, but she's using it to like spray down the inside of it and make sure it's okay. And she's like, the soaper's gonna be a little thin, but huh?
An ablutions nozzle.
Yeah, ablutions nozzle. Sure, troll words. And the whole room is basically an ablution trap, really.
Yeah, I think Eldara is quieter than she normally is. Usually she's down for a yap session, but she's clearly in her head, a little bit thrown off.
Makes sense.
And I wonder if Easter would have the insight to know what's bothering her.
Not at all. Easter is a little bit younger than she is and looks up to her kind of like a big sister.
That's kind of part of the reason why she's not saying anything.
Right. And Easter kind of like... She, at this point, she's noticing that Eldara's being a little bit tense and maybe a little bit quieter than usual. But, she's going to kind of like flick her eyes over there. She's got some like really long bangs that hide her eyes a little bit. And she's like peeking one eye out of her fringe a little bit. She's just like,
so was it scary? Didn't a building blow up on you guys?
That's what she thinks you're upset about.
I mean, she's not wrong. It's not everything, but she'll lean into it probably. Well, it wasn't fun. Oh,
what happened?
Sure, there's been some close. I mean, in other missions, there's been some close calls, but never that. Never quite that many people screaming.
Yeah.
But we all got out. And luckily, most of us don't have much of a scratch. That kid wearing the helmet sure was lucky, though.
Did he almost die?
Well, he had the helmet, so no.
Whew. Yeah, Quincy was really upset about it. He was like, they were like really upset. They listened to it on the scanner, and they were scared that you guys were dead. But you didn't die, and you came home, and it was just like I said. I knew that you wouldn't. I'm sorry that was so scary.
I wouldn't do that without a fight. I suppose
isn't what we weren't training for. I mean, I did know that it could get scary and it would get dangerous, and...
That's what Mother always says. It's not for the faint of heart.
But, yeah. It's a lot more when it's in front of you.
Yeah.
You can read about it all you want, but, nothing feels like an explosion.
Ooh. You know, I said I always wanted to go out on a protest with you, but I don't know if that's true anymore. I think maybe I'll just stick to my vegetables.
Well, if there's anyone that I can, guarantee that won't happen, I'll let you know, but...
Thanks.
I'm kind of thinking about everything now.
Yeah, it sounds really scary.
It's shaking. Sure.
At this point, the Raccoons, the 3 Raccoons, in this guest area, they're kind of inflatable. You know what I mean? They're not like set structures. They're inflatable guest Raccoons. And they're filled now.
I thought we were supposed
halfway.
to be doing the nice ones.
They are the nice ones. They're not the sleeping bag ones, which are barely lined with soap.
Like a kiddie pool.
Yeah. The sleeping bag Raccoons are for like away missions and such, and it's essentially like a regular sleeping bag that zips like a cocoon all the way around you, and it's lined with soap or slime on the inside. But you're not like submerged so much as you are like swaddled.
Is it like it's like a Finn's sleeping bag from Adventure Time?
Oh yeah, kind of, I guess.
Only the face. There's a hole for the face and 2 holes for the horns, and that's it.
Exactly. There's like zipper flaps for them and stuff like that. It's very it's a silly contraption, but no. These are the nice ones. These are like inflatable purple Raccoon, kind of like. They're a little bit shallower than a regular, like, built-in-your-hive Raccoon would be. But they're still pretty nice. You shouldn't have nightmares. And they're fairly comfy to sleep in. At this point, I want to say, fucking, oh god.
Well, it's not the Troll Ritz-Carlton, but,
Troll
it's cool for a night. But they got a place to lay their noggins and food in their bellies. Anybody could be able to sleep with that.
I want to say, Bryce, what's a stat we would roll for, like, noticing something?
Depends on the context, I guess. Is it just, like, in the room?
There's something in the doorway. And your backs are to it at the moment. I'm just asking for a roll to see if you notice.
Give me a...
Oh, perception check?
Yeah, because, like, this system doesn't have a perception check kind of.
So let me know what stat you think that would be for your character.
Oh, would that be like... I feel like that would be like a flight thing, being able to...
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Especially for Eldara, I would think, like being
keeping your
like,
exits
aware.
and stuff like that. Yeah, keeping
aware. She's kind of flighty.
All right, flight.
All right, that's a D12 for me.
What would you say the DC is? It's behind.
Nat 1.
It's behind them.
Ooh, so
in the doorway, kind of like casting a shadow.
She ain't seeing shit.
Well,
in fact, she can't tell that Easter is still there.
They're so caught up in their conversation with Easter
They're
that
just talking.
They miss.
She actually falls into a Recuperacoon.
Oh no! Oh no!
Sorry, that's a nat one kind of thing.
Oh no! Are you okay?
Oh, jeez, I got my good clothes all messy.
Oh no! And Easter is gonna kind of like grab you by the forearm and pull you out. You're like, your butt, or like actually your front, because you would have fallen forward.
It's gonna
like
take more than some sickle and hammer to get this out.
The front of your little dress is just like covered in soaper. She's like, oh no.
It's just green.
And from the doorway, you hear the sound. You're pretty sure that you left the door ajar, but you hear the sound of the door creak open, like a creepy ass haunted house noise.
Does she? It is a nat one.
You still get a adversity token, but also like this is a noticeable event.
While
I think maybe Easter hears it.
Right.
While Easter is helping you up, the door creaks open. And Easter like goes, ah, you know, like fully jumps back and almost falls into the soaper herself, but she doesn't. She keeps a hold of you and you don't fall back.
Oh, what? It's just a bit of slime.
No,
I'll survive.
No. It's Desmond again. And this creepy little child is standing in the doorway, like wide stance, like staring, like with her head down, her eyes forward, like any defiant child would. What are you guys doing in here?
Oh, hello. How long you been there?
Long enough.
For what?
Oh,
Desmond, did you need something?
Maybe. Maybe not. And you see her, you swear you see her, like, she's not taking a visible step that you can notice.
Uh-huh.
But it just kind of slides out of the door frame back into the hall.
Gee whiz, why won't she ever give a straight answer? Is it too hard to say? Just popping in.
Easter looks visibly shaken. She's really freaked out by Desmond. And she's like, she really freaks me out.
Oh, Easter, I know she's a bit creepy, but has she ever done a single thing to upset you or hurt you? I'm sure she's harmless.
I caught her putting slugs on my cabbages once.
Oh,
I don't like her very much.
I suppose. Really, slugs? That's nefarious.
Oh, man. Oh, now that she knows I'm here, she's probably gonna go put more slugs or something on my vegetables. I gotta go.
And she, like...
What,
she fully, like... You're no longer, like, lounging in the soaper anymore. You are upright. But she, like, takes her soaper-covered hand, wipes it on her dress, and runs out the door.
Easter Nicholas! What? I guess I'll follow her. With the Recuperacoons. Oh, which room was going where? Am I choosing the right colors?
Bless. You look around, and you can see Easter making her way down the fire escape, but there's no trace of Desmond.
She just shivers. That kid causes trouble for no reason at all. Ugh.
Lamel.
Wow, slugs on the crops.
She's hurting our food. What is she up to?
Okay.
I think she gets up, tries to dust off as much of the goo from her white button down as she can. But she's thoroughly been Nickelodeon slimed. So holding the posture of somebody who, you know, is well put together but just drenched.
Right.
Walks out and tries to follow Easter because there's nowhere else obvious to go.
Vibes.
If she catches Mother on the way, she'll let her know that the Recoup Raccoons are prepared, but they're not in the right rooms.
Right. You would know Mother is in her office currently. You probably won't pass by her quite during your venture to follow Easter as she makes her way into the crops and checking for slugs and or Desmond. We could say the rest of the night kind of goes by pretty eventless unless someone has an interaction that they'd like to do.
Any pony?
Any pony?
Any pony at all?
I mean,
I mean, like, if nobody else wants to do one, I guess I'll...
Go for it.
Do it.
Do it.
What you got?
RV is going to look over at Dave, who he is probably bunking with still. He's like,
oh, yeah.
all right, I'm going to go do a thing. Cover for me.
Wait, what are you going to do?
I'm
Where
just
are
gonna
you
go-
going?
I'm going to be outside for like 5 seconds, and they'll be right back.
What? Okay, wait. Why are you going outside? No, I will cover for you if you just tell me why you're going outside.
And he, like, from one of his many pockets, he just pulls out a what's called a spray can.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you're just going to do, yeah, okay. Just be back soon, okay? Stay safe.
Yeah. No. Trust me. I'll be back in like 2 seconds flat.
All right.
And then I'm going to proceed to go outside and spray paint Doorda's car with just the word deserved.
So you exit the door and you see Halfit, who is in the process of trying to lift a boulder out of the vehicle.
Shit.
He clocks you and just goes, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I heard you struggling and thought you might need help.
Oh. Yeah, come here.
You better roll something for that, I feel. Are you gonna roll charm?
Yeah,
Roll charm.
I was going to say, can I try and roll charm for that?
Roll charm. I want to say the DC is going to be, let's say 8 or 9. He doesn't fully believe you.
He knows you're a troublemaker.
That's an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you succeed. He goes, "Oh, all right. Yeah, get over here."
And I will go over and try and pick up the boulder. We'll at least try and help pick up the boulder.
Okay. Are you all right? We'll say the help action. You're gonna add +1 to the roll for Halfit. Yeah. Oh shit. That is a 15. He fucking it's mostly him, but you are there. You know, like when there's like 3 people lifting something, you just put your arms underneath it. Yeah, it's essentially that.
See, that's all you needed. You just needed my help.
Yeah. Well, with that out of the way, he like moves the boulder off to the side. Like, just, it is essentially a lawn ornament now. He goes, guess we should head inside, huh?
I'll be back in just a second. I want to get some fresh air real quick.
One moment while he rolls something. You said you got a 14 for the... Or 11 for the charm.
Wait, was it? Yeah, no, 11 for the charm.
Okay. No, not that one. This one, right? Yes. Yeah. Ooh, that's an explosion.
Oh, no.
Ooh. He looks around, just goes, you know you shouldn't fuck with the guests, right?
Look, it's just the one guy. And it's gonna be really funny.
Yeah, and Marcus is gonna be the one who has to clean it.
Look. And I'm going to pull out, like, it's essentially a torn off napkin that just says IOU. This is for you.
Arv.
He has a pre-written IOU in his pocket.
You don't?
He has a wallet full, actually.
Yeah, there's no bills in there. It's just IOUs.
I think RBR is
like
my favorite character, actually.
That's
That's funny as
a
fuck.
bit in Amphibia. It's Hoppediah draw his own face, and it says, "I'm good for it."
He looks at the IOU and just... Not too much, alright? Just something small.
See, thank you. And Arby is just gonna go up and do his thing. I'm just gonna spray paint deserved on the side.
Okay. Hell yeah. You spray paint deserved on the side of the car.
You're cruel.
As you are doing that, you hear a loud whistle of approval from a balcony, on like it's like the second story. And there's a figure up there who's like, "Nice work, man!"
Arby is just like, shit, they found me.
He's gonna run back
and then
in.
just to be... No, I think he's like frozen for a solid moment before like doing like the Scooby-Doo slow look up.
I fucking love that. You see a kind of like gangly cerulean. He's clearly a teen. And he is absolutely like smoking a grub cigarette. It's not weed. It's straight up just like the living organism equivalent of what an Alternian cigarette would look like. He's not supposed to be doing this, and you well know that. This is...
I'm not gonna tell anybody.
You know him, Arvier. You love him. This is Xavier Riot. He is a local troublemaker. He lives at the Beanstalk, and he is always getting into trouble, kind of like how you are. But, you haven't talked a lot, you just know him by reputation. Fucking Xavier looks down, and he's like, "Hold on, man, I'll be right there." He jumps onto, like, a trellis on the side of the Beanstalk, which, key to its name, has, like, trellises full of vegetables and stuff like growing off the side of it. Like, yeah, Easter has her veggie patch, but no amount of space is wasted. And there's this trellis growing up near his balcony, and he hops on over to that and like slides all the way down it to the ground floor from the second. And he comes up and he's like, "Wanna know a secret?"
Well, you know I'm always down for a secret. Come on.
From his hoodie pocket, he pulls out a can of blue spray paint. I had the same fucking idea, dude.
And this is why you're my favorite.
You know it. He daps you up, and he's gonna be like, "Mind if we do a little artist collab or something?"
I'm so proud.
Fuck yeah. And he's gonna go and he's gonna do some, like, he's not gonna obviously cover up your work, but he kind of like outlines it in his own color, kind of like in a splattery splash art looking moment. The entire side of this once red car, including part of the windows that aren't broken from the Boulder, of course, is now fancily painted with the word deserved, in 2 colors. He's like,
and just to add insult to injury, in one of the openings of one of the letters, there's a Condis bobblehead.
like in the,
Like it looks like it's sitting on one of the letters.
I love that.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe the E is like the passenger side window. The E goes, the opening of the E goes around the window, and so there's just like a little bobblehead in the broken window.
Hell
yeah. I think after he's just gonna turn and just go, you know, as the highest blood here, I'm just gonna say, after all this is over, you're going places. Not good places, but places.
Thanks, man. You really get me. Like, fist bump.
And I think with that, he's just gonna kind of like noogie him and then start heading back inside.
Nice. Yeah, you head back inside, and are left to your own devices. You can find your, or you enter the room where Divinity is, once again.
No trouble?
Not at all. Like, one person saw me, but that's about it.
Okay.
Xavier is like right next to him and does the like lip zipped motion and winks.
Okay, 2 people.
It was awesome.
I hope it wasn't anything too bad.
Oh, not for us.
Alright.
This is when
I'll take your word for it.
Doorda goes out for his morning smoke. And this is the point in which, you know, oh god.
It's washable. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, the bloodstains on Doorda's clothes when he's done with Riviera are also gonna be washable.
That's if you can trace it back to me, baby.
Oh man, I cannot wait to see these 2.
Anyway.
But is there any other interactions for this night, or soon to be day?
Morning. Yeah, morning.
Morning.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Y'all get to rest. No from Rayanne. Okay. You all get some rest for the night. And I think... Okay. as you all tuck into your inflatable raccoons for the night, you get all cozy as you seep into the slime, and you all experience no nightmares. However, Laculo.
Uh-oh.
You may not have a nightmare, but you do have a dream. It takes hold of you. You find yourself floating in the air. You look down, you see all of Alternia below you. You look above, you can see an Imperium ship. There is an uncomfortable air as you see the Imperium ship looms, its size almost that of the planet itself. Wires begin pouring out from the outside of the ship through every crevice and begin descending on your person. Is there anything you try and do in this moment as you see this happening?
You said I'm flying, right? Basically.
Floating.
Float. I'm going to try falling.
Okay. You see the rush of wires coming at you at an intense speed, and you decide the only other way is to plummet. The wind whips across your body as you enter terminal velocity towards the planet. You're not waking up. Something is wrong. Usually if you fall maybe 3 inches in a dream, you're immediately woken. But right now, it's not happening. Like you're stuck. It feels like hours falling. You are plummeting towards this planet, but it almost feels so far away at the same time. And then it stops. The air runs still. You hear just an overwhelming voice around you. It just says, "There's always a choice." And you snap awake. It's the next evening. Your skin damp with sweat and slime, not really mixing well together. But you're ready for the next day. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Jesus Christ, Bryce!
Hey, Bryce, what the fuck?
Bryce. Hey, Bryce? God damn!
Doing good, buddy? Do we need to talk?
Listen, if I am anything, I am all about a dream sequence, and I fucking love fucking people up with them.
Jesus.
Oh,
so
That's
my yeah. So, couple things. First and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and do some biggest bitch shit. The straw poll's all ready, right, Mel?
Yes, I'm pasting it into the chat right now.
Perfect. And I'm making so for those who are new, biggest bitch is essentially at the end of every session, everyone votes on who they think the MVP of the session was, who they really liked these character moments from, whatever the reason. You vote on someone, and then Whoever wins, we have an internal one, so those of us who are playing, and then external one, those of us who are watching, get to vote. Whoever wins gets a question about anything from me.
From us.
Yeah, from us, generally.
It can be about the world, it can be about your character, it can be about a certain interaction you had.
Oh, and while you guys are at it, don't forget to like and subscribe.
True.
That's true. This is our
Well,
second.
we still need to.
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying we should pick a best rock pun before we leave.
Oh yeah.
I think it's still Igneous's Bliss.
All right, everyone vote.
That one's pretty good.
It's in the votes chat.
Bliss is pretty good.
For those of you who maybe missed the first part of this stream or missed the last stream, there's a playlist already made on the VOFT channel where you can watch the previous one, you can watch this one, and you can watch all the next ones as they go up. All you have to do is click the channel name, go to the playlist tabs, and look for Damocles Rising.
Yeah.
Woo!
Wahoo.
Oh, wow.
Wahoo!
All right, so I've got 3 votes currently in our internal chat. Go ahead, you guys give it to me. Let me know.
And as the live votes go for
We're still waiting.
for the yeah, as the live votes go, currently it's 5 votes RVR and that's it.
Yeah. That's 6 votes internal, and that is for RVR.
We did it, gamers.
Nice.
We did it, gamers. So,
Damn, you cold-hearted bitch, Arver.
High Bloods win it again.
Arv.
I want to know who voted for who.
I voted for RVR.
I did too.
I voted for Lagula.
Yay!
I voted,
You can.
I voted
You
RVR
can see
because
it when you
RVR's being a bitch.
click on it.
Yeah.
Next time, don't have a very spray paintable car.
Yeah.
I
Next
will
time, don't be
say.
a fucking bitch and sell me a
You know what?
faulty
You know what?
vacuum.
That's a lot of fucking shit coming from someone who can't take the sun, huh?
You can't handle it either.
Outside.
Yeah, next time, don't sell me a
outside, see
fucking
who can
faulty
stay long enough.
microwave. All right?
All right,
That's
so
on you.
pulling it back in, we have since I would love for you to watch the VOD and then decide afterward. However, we're doing it live, as it were. And that at this moment is 6 votes for RVR, for both internal and external. So Geno, you get 2 questions for me.
That's crazy.
All right.
Give me your questions, biggest bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, give
Okay.
him your questions, bitch boy.
The group that blew up the what's it called? The
Town hall.
building.
Census building.
Are they more on the high blood spectrum or are they more on the low bloods?
Mixed.
Yeah, mixed bag.
Okay.
They're-
Okay, so
I really cannot stress enough. This is a third-party mercenary group. They were just doing a job.
Okay.
Secondly, has our group specifically, do we have some sort of eyes on us from like the higher ups?
Do you like from the government or something like that?
Yeah. Is there anybody specifically looking out for like this is a specifically known group of protesters that we are after?
So
like keep an eye out for them.
It isn't. Okay, so to put it into perspective, the question is the group that you're working with, Mother's group specifically, the protesters.
Are we on the radar?
Are you on the radar?
Correct.
Okay. To answer that question, you are known by like government groups as protesters, and
it's not a very high issue.
We're not a high threat level
Yeah.
at all. I would say the government knows about Mother as a grassroots activist, but she's never done anything violent or really particularly like made any trouble for them. As far as they're concerned, like that's a fly they can swat away. She's just saying words, so they don't really keep tabs. We are not the most high profile rebellion group.
Yeah. There are some that are
hunting
like,
us at the
yeah,
moment.
there are some rebellion groups that are absolutely like, they're fighting very, very aggressively and like are much higher
them,
on
but
the.
that's
Good
not
for
us.
them, but it's not what this group is doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's biggest bitch. You asked your questions and they have been answered.
Bonus mini question.
Mm-hmm.
Should the people in chat subscribe to VOFT?
Absolutely.
Oh, what a question,
Yes,
Geno.
it is
Thank you
plot-
for that amazing
It's
segue.
plot relevant.
It is plot relevant.
It's
that
plot
you
relevant if
subscribe
they
and like the
subscribe.
video.
Hear more from my little NPCs who we lovingly crafted just for you. Please subscribe to VOFT.
The ones that totally aren't gonna die in a ball of fire.
You want Igneous to live? Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you would like Bryce to snipe RVA whenever I do something extremely stupid, subscribe now.
You know what?
You'd like one more
Doorda's gonna
car
be the one
exploded.
Doorda's gonna be the reason the fucking snipers stop.
Jesus.
If you'd like to see Luculo continue to choose suicide over being helmed, subscribe.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's fair.
It's literally... Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's what happened in the dream, I guess.
So-
Being helmed sucks.
To close it out, we'll go through everyone once again. Hello. My name is Bryce, your humble dungeon master, co-DM. You can find me here on VOFT as the epilogue's narrator, Dave, multiple other characters, I think, probably. That's where to find me. Mostly here. I do some projects elsewhere, but like it's hard to find me. Next up, Bug.
Hello, I have been Bug, your co-dungeon master. You can find me here on VOFT. You can find me on Blue Sky. Very recently, and coming up, hopefully, you can find me as the new Terezi voice for Voxus's Let's Read Homestuck. I'm also doing some other projects here and there, but
Let's go.
VOFT is certainly the main one.
All right. Next up, we have River playing Luculo.
God, it's me, River. You can find me at RiverWitch.VA on Twitter and Blue Sky. I'm going to be Caliborn in VHS. I'm going to be Zebedee, Carrico, and Nikki in the VOFT dub of FriendSim. I don't got other notable things as of yet. I'm passing it off now.
There we go. Next up is Max playing Doorda.
Hello, I'm Max.
Wednesday?
Gamers.
Sorry,
What?
did I say Wednesday?
You said
My
Wednesday
bad.
in
Sorry.
chat.
Monday. I don't know why I said.
If you guys want to check out the stuff I'm in, I voiced John for Project S. I guess I'm also part of their VHS dubs. I weasel my way onto every once in a while onto VOFT. I just kind of, I don't know. I mildly exist.
Vibes.
You're a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Next up is Julie, who plays Eldara.
Hi everyone. If you'd like to find me anywhere else, I am in VOFT as Kanaya Medium. I also am part of VHS dubs as Nana. I will be also, I'm in a lot of products. What is it? Crowstrider AU. I am a few characters. I'm Calliope, Kanaya, and Jane. And if you would like to find some of my other styles of work, I do have a drag Instagram that is jelly, JELLI _beanbag. And yeah, I do a lot of live performing.
Hell yeah. Next up we have Melanie, who plays Divini.
Hello, I am Melanie. I run VOFT.
You are VOFT.
I'm Melanie. I am
VOFT.
Melanie VOFT. Yeah. You can find me here at VOFT. I voice way too many characters to name. I am. You can find me on.
Okay.
Yeah. You can find me on Blue Sky and on my own personal YouTube channel, which is Melanie Archer VA. You can find me over at Project S. I am helping co-produce that. I am Kankry on CSAU. I am Dirk over at VHS. And Rose at on Podfields.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a partridge in a pear
I can't believe I
tree.
forgot to mention that I'm in CSAU too, by the way.
Me too.
I'm also in CSAU.
I'm Carcat and Hal in CSAU. Whoops.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I play fucking Aerosol.
I play Rose and Jaspros.
I think it's really funny that in one project I play Dirk and in the other I play Rose.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Next
You're
up.
just a cynical bitch, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Next up is Geno playing RVR.
Hi gamers, I am Geno. I play America's sweetheart, RVR. You can mainly find me here at VOFT, mainly voicing Zephyros, my beloved. Otherwise, you can find me. Otherwise, you can find me on Blue Sky, under the username that I've used since I was 10, SkyBlue100. Otherwise, I'm gonna be in your walls tonight.
Fuck yeah.
You
Count on
for Blue Sky, you should have reversed your username of just Blue Sky, but it's spelled the normal way.
No.
Guy.
No. I would not be able to remember it that way.
It's
And-
literally just your name, but opposite. How would you not remember it? I'm sorry.
All right. Last and definitely least, fuck you. No. Last and not least is TK playing Rayanne.
So this is what I get for bringing the rocks into the conversation. I get hated on.
Now.
It did
Very
kind of derail the
professional.
whole stream, by the way.
Very it's you see how active that chat is? I did that.
Yeah, that's
Fuck you. Anyway.
That is true.
You did do that.
Hi, I'm TK. I'm the executive producer of Project Soundpage. Go check that out. I pop my head in here at VOFT. I don't do much else. You can find me if you want to see my personal things at Blue Sky at the handle that's on the screen or in the link in the description. And next month we have kind of a bigger thing going on. Do we maybe want to promo that a little?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to promo that, or Bryce? Do you want to?
Oh, I
mean,
can.
Yeah.
So we
Do
have.
it in your awesome announcer voice.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming. First and foremost, starting next month on the 2nd, we have the next episode of VOFT Damocles Rising. The week after that, on Friday the 13th, we have VOFT's charity stream featuring many other guest groups, mostly going to be along the lines of like other creators that are in the field and also some special guest stars from the HSBC team. Yeah, it's gonna be huge. We're doing a charity event, raising money for like LGBT QI plus the whole dealy.
We're raising money for Lambda Legal, which is a legal group that has been advocating for LGBTQIA rights for a very long time.
Since the 70s.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Since the 70s, which is crazy. And I'm so sorry to interrupt. If you are particularly interested in seeing this campaign and you're like, I wonder what something else in this system would be like, there's a segment for you.
That's true.
Yeah. There
Doing a
is
one-shot.
specifically a one-shot with some VOF members. Well, some faces you'll recognize, some you won't. We're gonna have the James Roach as one of our players, along with Floral, who is another writer on the HSBC team, who are going to be playing as players in my one-shot.
For the charity stream.
For the charity
during
stream.
the charity stream. So don't miss that.
Yeah, don't miss it.
I'm
It's
one of
gonna
the
be fun.
players this time. I won't be running it.
Yeah, you get to have me like sketch people out with my weird and creepy descriptions and stuff all the time. It's gonna be amazing.
You no longer get a reprieve.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah, go for it.
Also, another thing next month, the day before the charity stream on 6/12, will be hopefully the return of us actually posting edited videos, with the finale of Act 1, the end of Act 1.
Hell yeah, that's fucking
Of
awesome.
Beyond Canon.
Of Beyond Canon, yes.
Of Beyond Canon, not the actual base Homestuck arcs.
Guys, we just finished Act 1 of Homestuck. Let's go!
Finished Act 1 of
Let's
Homestuck,
go!
guys. Hey, yo!
And wait for Act 2.
All right. Other than that, thank you for joining us tonight on this small little adventure. Appreciate it. We love you guys and hope you all have a good one. Bye.
Bye.